Oh boy everyone, MARKCHES here. Welcome to the channel, and for today's video, I'll be giving you my top basketball sneakers for 2024. A little disclaimer guys, with my choices, it's actually just my opinion, my preference, my style of play. I know it will differ from person to person, but I've noticed that a lot of you also like this sneaker. So let's go on with it. But before my top 5, I'll be giving just 5. So I'll be giving also my runners-up. So I won't be further discussing this because these are some of the sneakers that I also really love playing. But I'm still playing with them, but some were released last year and some are, of course, current year. But it still lacks something in there compared to the 5 that I have in my top list. So runners-up are, of course, the AG5, which has a very nice heel-to-toe transition that I like. Good cushion, good support too. But I wish that the cushion would be a little bit better on that because the previous AGs were a little bit better. And of course, the book one, I like the aesthetics, the looks of it, but also lacks cushion. Mine seems to have good traction, but not awesome. But I've heard some other people that their book ones have some traction issues, but mine's actually an XDR rubber and it didn't have any issues on mine. I have the beige colorway, one of the first colorways that came out. And of course, the Kai 1. I like playing the Kai 1, but for me, the traction is not what I was hoping for a Kyrie shoe. The cushion was nice. The support I love on the Kai 1. But overall, it was an okay shoe, but nothing very, very amazing, or I wasn't that surprised with. And another on the runners-up is, of course, the AR1. The AR1 is, I think, I would say the surprising sneaker from this year because of the price point. It's not that expensive, but I remember I had a couple of games there. Every time I wore the AR1, I had good games because I like the support, the responsiveness, the traction. I wish that it will be better, but I think my AR2 is coming. So the AR2 is, I've heard from other reviewers that it will be better in terms of the cushion, but the traction on the AR1 was phenomenal. I mean, like, I like the traction, overall traction and support on the AR1 that really impressed me, especially the traction. So now that's my runners-up. So let's get on with my top 5. So for my 5th place, I would give it to the EQLZ 247, and this is quite a surprise this year too. I didn't know this was coming, and I was blessed to be able to chat with Aaron Cooper, the designer of this one, which was, of course, a legendary designer from Nike, and he was really friendly enough, and he let me test the 247s, and I was really impressed with it. It's like a very solid sneaker. The main thing that really impressed me is the comfort of the upper of the EQLZ 247, and of course the traction. This traction really has a very nice bite to it. It's like suction cups here, mini suction cups, and they're calling that the shark scale pattern, and they work really well. The cushion I like, although it's not that really bouncy cushion, but its overall ride of the cushion was really on the comfort side. Overall impact protection, there's a slight bounce in the forefoot, but one thing that the strength of the cushion of this one and the shape of it is it's very stable. I remember when I was playing with this, I was getting my stability really quick when I'm getting off a jump shot. So this is really nice in terms of balance and support. And of course, the support wise, this white piece runs all over the sneaker, gives a very nice lateral support, very comfortable upper. You don't need to break it in, maybe just 30 minutes and you're good to go with 247s. And yeah, just wish that I went down half a size on this. If you're getting this, get half size down because it's kind of long I just received my 360 from them, but it's in a new colorway. I haven't reviewed them, that's why it's not yet in the list. But when I fitted it, feels better on true to size on that 360. So 360 true to size on the 247, half size down, and that is a different play style. We'll get into that in my review of that sneaker, but the 247 came as a surprise this year. It's a very stable all-around sneaker, one that you could just put it in your bag. That's why these sneakers are actually in my list, because they're very dependable when I'm testing a pair and that pair isn't that good and I don't want to get injured during the game. I would just get one of these 5 and I'm very confident of their performance, their grip, their traction, their support, and the cushion. And yeah, that's why they are on this list. Next on my list is the LeBron 22s. So for me, I still love playing on the LeBrons. I don't know why, because it's not that I'm really a fan of LeBron, but I'm kind of the way that it's built since before. I really like how it feels below my feet, and especially since the 20, 21, 22, when it's a faster sneaker, but still it has that bulk in it that it's not too heavy, unlike the 18s, 19s, I think, at 18, 19s, which is really bulky. But this one still has a heft to it, but still I like the overall cushion of it, the big forefoot zoom and heel zoom impact protection. I love it for my knees. My knees are thanking them. Of course, the LeBron support is always there, and of course this one has a huge lateral outrigger, so very stable sneaker, very good all-around sneaker. But I know I've heard a lot of my friends that they didn't like LeBron because of the shape. The toe is a little bit long on this and it's kind of sharp. Some wide footers didn't like the feel of the 21 and the 22s, but for me, I'm a regular foot, so I didn't have any of that problem. So overall, still LeBron is still on my list. I'm still very comfortable playing with them. I like how it performs, and this has a coupled outsole, so a better heel-to-toe transition with this one compared to the 21 in my opinion. And feel-wise, comfort-wise, I still love them. And still, yeah, LeBron traction still on point, although it's not the top tier, but it still grips, it does its job. And dusty floors, I didn't have any problems with this. And this is one of the pairs that I would just gravitate to if I needed cushion and still want to play strong and still with a little bit of reckless abandon. I will still get the LeBrons out of my bag. So next, we are on our third, of course, the third one. I was actually, with this one, I was actually more excited with the brother, but I was surprised that I liked this better. It's the Harden Volume 8. So the Harden Volume 8, I thought the AE one will be better for me because of all the hype, because it's a complex sneaker of the year. But for me, I prefer the Harden 8 compared to the AE, because the AE really, the weight of it after playing with it for several hours, it's kind of heavy for me. I could feel the weight below my feet, and I didn't like that, especially coming off an injury. I remember that playing with them, and so I would just switch off the AE and go to another sneaker that's in my bag. I didn't like the weight of that. The cushion was okay. It's more on the plush. I didn't feel that much bouncy on the AE one. But with this one, the boost cushion on this one, I prefer more. Even though it's a thin slab of boost, but I believe it's a different density kind of boost because it felt springier compared to the AE one. The traction is really nice on the volume 8, and the support of this one was really good on the hardened volume 8s because of the side panels, of course. The support overall of the sneaker is very nice. The width, stability wise, very nice. And the springiness, especially when you're running up and down the floor, it doesn't feel that as bulky as the AE one, in my opinion. This one feels more natural when you're running up and down the floor. And yeah, the hardened volume 8 is on my 3rd spot. Next is, of course, one of my last year's favorite, and the next one that came out of it is, of course, the WOW 11s, of course, Way of Wade signature sneaker. And this is an awesome sneaker, although there's one thing that I didn't like about this, but we'll talk about that in a bit. Just talk about what I love about it. Of course, the GCU outsole of this one that can grip moist floor, good clean court, amazing traction, doesn't grab that much dust. I'm really surprised with this because of how flat, of course, of the traction is on the WOW 11s. The upper is very supportive. It's a very lightweight sneaker. It looks bulky, but it's a very lightweight sneaker, like the WOW 10s, which one is still one of my favorite sneakers. Still have, I think, 2 here, and I want to let go of them, but I can't because of how nice they are. So the WOW 11 also has that very good heel cup here for heel protection. Very comfortable ride, especially the cushion. And the cushion, comparing it to the All City, they have the same setup with the All City 12, but no, the boom cushion of the WOW 11, similar to the hardened volume 8, it has a different density of the foam. I believe that the ones here on the WOW 11 has a better formulation of density that gives it a bit more springiness to it, and a very good impact protection, even though you're very low to the ground, which I think is really nice on the WOW 11s. But the one thing that I don't like about the WOW 11, although you can see how wide it is in the forefoot, but it's very narrow around here, and I could feel some pinching every now and then depending on how I laced it. So you really have to pay attention on how you lace it and how you put, I don't know if this happens to you, but the thickness of your socks. So I would still have that concern here that I wouldn't have in any other basketball sneaker, because I think it's very narrow around the midfoot. So a different sock will fix that issue, or the pressure when I tie it up around the midfoot will be a factor too. So those things are kind of bothersome because I don't want to think about that before I play. So that's the one gripe I don't like about the WOW 11, but overall, amazing shoe. This also, the same issue also I had with the All City 12, and I had a friend who also had that same issue with the All City 12. Didn't have the WOW 11s, but around the midfoot, he felt it to be a bit tight. So I guess it's not just me. So I think it's the shape, the last that they use on the WOW 11s. But overall, amazing sneaker. If I want to get fast, I want to have cushion, all around shoe. But the only downside is, of course, this is an expensive basketball sneaker. Still, I think still around 13,000 converted to Philippine peso for the WOW 11s. And for my top one, just put a B-roll because actually it's in my gym bag. So I don't have it here in my studio because, like I said, it's always in my gym bag. My 3 pairs of this sneaker is always with me because of how dope they are in terms of on-court and also off-court. I have here the midsole, the insole actually, and the insole and the midsole of the ECU1 from Serious Player Only. It's my favorite basketball sneaker for the year because I could rock them off court. They look pretty nice because I like their looks. It has a very Book One Converse Chucks vibe. I like that old school type of vibe look to a sneaker, and doesn't look like any of this. Doesn't look like a basketball sneaker. That's always a point of conversation with the EC1. Whenever I wear them, people will say, "Are you wearing a lifestyle sneaker? Is that for basketball?" So it's a really nice start of conversation piece, the EC1. So the EC1s I love. It's very lightweight for an awesome performing sneaker. Still has a ton of support for the upper. For the canvas upper, it's fused, so it's very supportive, and the dust colorway has a leather upper and the cushion of the EC1. This combination, you would say, damn, that looks really thin, but this super critical foam does its job. I believe it has the same thickness that the WOW 11s has, but you would feel that bounciness and impact protection given that this very thin piece of foam. You'll be surprised with it of how much energy it can give back. So if you're in the Philippines, it's about to come here when this, or it's here already when this video comes out, and would be happy for you to get the chance to play with them, and they look amazing. And heel to toe transition is also one of the things that I love about the EC1s. Very, very nice heel to toe transition when you're running up and down the floor because they're very light at the same time. Very nice curvature, and of course, the traction is like the WOW 11s. It has the liquid rubber formulation, so it's not your typical rubber compound that you can see here in the LeBrons, but it's like a hybrid of the Curry foam with a rubber compound, and they made a baby, and that's how, and it fixed the issue of the flow, when dust sticks to it, you would lose the traction. But with this one, the WOW 11s and the EC1s, traction is one of the most dependable thing that you would get out of the sneaker. I mean, you wouldn't have a problem with dust, moisture. Like, really impressed when it was raining hard here in Manila and the floor was moist and we had to practice, and my teammates weren't able to really go hard because it's slippery. But me, it looks like the traction, the floor didn't have any moisture. That's how it felt. And on a clean court, it's beastly. It's top tier traction for this year, and really, really love that sneaker. And like I said, EC1, my top 1 basketball sneaker for this year. So let me know your thoughts are on my top or my favorite basketball sneaker. Do you agree with me? And tell me down below, hit me a comment down below, guys, on your give me just your top 3 basketball sneakers of this year. All right, hope to chat with you there, and see you on the next one. Peace.